Why does God's system work? Why does God's system work? I'll answer that right off the top. I don't know. Without saying God designed it and it just works, there's no other explanation for God's system. All I know is that God's system works. That's all I know. God designed a system and let us know that if you can believe, that's it. If you can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. The question is, can we believe? How is it that I can get up in the mornings? I can speak blessings into my life and see blessings manifest throughout the day. I don't know. All I know is it works. Why is it that I can get sick and I can speak healing to my body, tell my body to get better, tell my body to be healed, and not long later, I'm talking about 30 minutes, I'm talking about an hour, I'm talking about in one day, I'm healed? I don't know. All I know is it works. How is it that I can have somebody coming against me, trying to stop me from getting what God said I'm entitled to? I can have a hater and they get dealt with as I continue to get blessed. I don't know. All I know is God's system just works. All I know is God designed it and it works just like scriptures tell us it works. How is it that it can be raining and I can speak to the weather and the rain stops? I don't know. All I know is that scripture told me that there was power in my tongue and God's system just works. That's all I know. How is it that if I got a need in my life, I can just talk to God about that need? And what I'm speaking about, what I'm talking to God about, just comes into my life. You can't explain that. You'll never be able to explain that. I can't explain it, but all I know is that God's system works. God's system works. How is it that I can need money for a particular thing and I talk to God about it? I speak about receiving money, and that money, sometimes the very amount that's needed, ends up some kind of way coming into my hands. I can't explain that. All I know is God's system works. Now I'll tell you what I see. I see church people. I see so-called believers. I've been noticing this for years. As long as they're having church, running around, bringing ye all the tithes, giving a good offering, testifying on the mountaintop, as long as they got status, titles, and the whole 9 yards, it's all good. But I've noticed that these people that do all of the religious stuff, they deny the power that God put in them. I see it all the time. They don't deny that God has all power. They don't deny that all power comes from God. But when it comes to the power that God put in them, when it comes to the power that God put in us, they deny that power. Just like scripture said they would. Having a form of godliness. All of these magnificent services, all of these revivals, it's a form of godliness. But it's only a form. These same people that love to have church, they deny the power that God gave them. It's amazing the people you can talk to. And I'm talking about everybody from bishops, pastors, members, ministers, elders, ushers, deacons, the whole group of church people. There are people on every level that deny the power of God. They do not believe that God's system works. They don't believe that God's system works. They don't actually believe what the scriptures say. They'll talk about it. They'll talk around it. But when it's time to really dig in, and let's discuss exactly what the word says. Let's discuss exactly what Christ said. Let's discuss exactly how this system works. Then, that's when they back up from it. They're afraid. They don't want to throw it out there like it actually is. That's when they start making all kind of excuses and giving all kind of loopholes as to why it might not work, as to why sometimes it might not. No, let's deal with it. But you don't want to deal with it because you actually don't believe the word. Actually, you don't believe what God said. Actually, you don't believe that God's system works. And it's just as simple as that. Every day, you should be speaking into your life. Every day, you should be speaking what you desire to see in that day. Every day, you should be speaking, thinking about, talking to somebody about what you desire to see happen in your life. And watch, you will live a life where everything you think and everything you speak, everything you talk about will come into your life. What really needs to be realized, even by the people who don't believe in God's design or God's system, even people who don't believe in God, look at your life. Everything going on in your life came out of you. Everything happening, everything that you're dealing with, everything that you're seeing in your life came out of you. That's how God designed life to be. The scriptures say, guard your heart with all diligence, because out of your heart flows the issues of life. That's not me. That's the Bible. Guard your heart with all diligence, because out of your heart flows the issues of life. Every issue that you have in your life came out of your heart. How did it get out of your heart? Didn't the Bible tell us that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks? That's how it flowed out. It came out of you, out of your mouth, and you saw it happening in your life. So don't tell me God's system don't work. You're proof. Every one of you, every one of us, we are the proof that God's system works. Why does God's system work? I don't know.